All right, how's it going, everybody? I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing two fragrances sent over to me by the folks at Alt Fragrances. Huge shout out to you guys. Stay tuned for the end. I'll have a 10% discount code. Maybe I'll put it up in the, I'll edit it in or whatever for you guys. So for those of you who don't know, Alt Fragrances, it's a pretty darn big house, but it's a clone house. So they do inspired by, but they do apparently pretty solid clones. A lot of them don't have Fragrantica pages yet. This company pretty recently popped up, last maybe 5-10 years, something like that. But a lot of them still don't have Fragrantica pages. So the two fragrances that I got today, the first one is called Simply Santal, which is a clone of Le Labo Santal 33. So very popular fragrance. A lot of people like that one. It's a very smooth sandalwood fragrance apparently. And the other one is Fleur Noir, which is a clone of Black Opium by YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. So one masculine fragrance, one feminine fragrance. Stay tuned. You might see one that might be a good gift for that special lady in your life. So who knows? But I'll do the men's ones first, because I know my viewers, my subscribers are mainly looking for masculine fragrances. Okay, so let's see what the notes are. Top notes of violet and cardamom. Okay, middle notes of ambroxan, iris, and papyrus. Okay, say that 5 times fast. Iris and papyrus. Base notes. Sorry, that was dumb. Base notes of sandalwood, leather, cedarwood, and musk. Okay, so very masculine, woody fragrance. Sounds like there's a little bit of iris, a little bit of violet in there. Okay. So we'll unbox that one first. This is a 30 ml and it's an extrait de parfum, okay? So that means it could be anywhere around, 40% perfume oil. So very strong is what I'm expecting. So I will say, right off of the bat, one thing, no hate to Alt Fragrances, but there was a little bit of leakage in the package. When I opened it up, I do see a little bit of leaking. I try not to smell it too much, but I did smell, I think it was coming from inside this one. So we'll open it up. Nondescript packaging. They all look like that. It doesn't say which one it is. So they all use the same boxes and everything, which honestly, I appreciate, because you know what you're getting and they're just trying to reduce costs. It's like that Mint Mobile thing. They're always trying to save money, right? To save you money. So the fragrances are pretty darn cheap on their websites, like 30-40 bucks or whatever. They do like a 3 for 100, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but they do pretty cheap. So we'll open it up. Okay. And then of course, yeah, just totally nondescript. Oh, here's the cap. Pull the whole thing out. And here is the box, okay? So here's the perfume bottle. I can smell it from here, so yeah, there was a little bit of leakage, and I did my research, guys. You know I like to do my research before I, review fragrances for companies. They do use, so beware, they do use screw top bottles, which is okay, it means it's refillable and whatever, and it's usually they're cheaper to source if you don't have a whole lot of them. But when you don't have a crimp, so here, I'll show you. When you don't have a crimp and you have a screw top bottle, it's more prone to leaking when you send it in the mail, okay? So if I ever start a fragrance brand, I'm gonna be using crimp bottles, because then they're not gonna leak. So yeah, we did have some leakage here. It's cool, it's fine, but I can smell it kind of a little bit from here, okay? So Le Labo Santal 33, I'm familiar with it. I don't think I loved it, but we'll see. So Simply Santal. Okay, decent atomizer, doesn't shoot out very far, yeah, so as far as presentation, Alt Simply Santal, it has sort of just a sticker thrown on there, extrait de parfum. Very nondescript 30 milliliter bottle. I'm not pleased with the presentation, honestly. It's more about the juice that's inside, so presentation is probably a 5 out of 10. Okay, yeah, decent strength though. I will say, decent strength. to the juice in there. I really get that sandalwood. Not really getting a whole lot of cardamom. Maybe I'm getting that iris, yeah, the violet and iris notes. Some of those ionones, right? That's usually how you get violet and iris notes, is using ionones, methyl ionone gamma, stuff like that. Ionone beta, ionone alpha, irone. Yeah, the problem that I immediately have with it though is the sandalwood note. And we experienced this with one of the Dilo fragrances. I think it was Dilo. Their sandalwood one, which was probably a clone, another clone of this Santal 33, because that's a popular one, huh? Le Labo has been popping off recently. They've been getting a lot of hype, and it's just what they're using for their sandalwood. It doesn't vibe with me. People love the fragrance, and it smells a lot, you know, to my memory, it smells a lot like the Le Labo one, which is great if you like that one. If you like it and you want to get it for way cheaper, go for it. But whatever they're using for the sandalwood, it might be Javanol, because that's probably the only, I have so many chemicals that, you know, Evenol, whatever, I have so many sandalwood fragrance notes, you know, so many chemicals that make a sandalwood smell, and I don't have this one because I hate it. I only have pretty good ones. I have some okay ones that just don't smell like a whole lot, but this one just, it's like, it's not putrid, but it's like, it's harsh in a weird way. It's grinding. I don't like it at all. It's not like a smooth, creamy sandalwood like you would think, and like what I was hoping. There's a weird creaminess to it, but I don't think it's very pleasant at all. I wouldn't wear this one. Sorry, all. I'm not trying to roast you here because I think you did a great job of what you're doing. I just personally, my nose is very weird with sandalwood molecules. Some of them, I can barely even, like polysantal, I can barely even smell that. So my nose is just very weird with sandalwood molecules. If you like sandalwood, I would say give it a try, or go to the store and try out the Le Labo one, because this is basically the same. They're using that same whatever that is. I really don't like it. To me, it's like a 5 out of 10, a 4 actually, probably. I'm usually pretty nice with the reviews, you know, my ratings, but I think, yeah, probably like a 4. I think other people would probably put it at more like an 8 or so, because I know it's really popular, people love it, but just not my thing. So there's that one. Presentation 5, smell 4. Sorry. Okay, here's the other one. So again, nondescript box, which I actually appreciate. They're saving costs, which means they can make your product cheaper so that you can smell better for less, which is what the whole company is all about. So honestly, I don't mind that at all. So here we go. Wow, okay, so this is a 60 ml, I believe. Yeah, 2 ounce, 60 ml, extrait de parfum. Cheap cap, that's okay. Cheap presentation, 5 out of 10. Actually, the sticker on this one looks a little bit better, because this one was off center and like just not, it barely fits on, because they use one size of stickers. So whoever they're outsourcing their stickers to, their labeling, they're just all ordering one size, probably rolls and not sheets. And so yeah, so they're just using one size fits all, but it fits a little better on the 60 ml bottle. So I will say presentation is slightly better with this one. I actually don't mind it. It says Fleur Noir, extrait de parfum. It doesn't have any batch codes or anything like that, because with this company, it's like, does it really matter? Because they're just trying to smell like another fragrance. So no problems with that. Maybe 6 out of 10 presentation. All right, let's give it a spray. Okay, so the 60 ml, this atomizer was way better. Did you guys see that? Oh, and I can smell it from here. Oh, that's so similar. Oh my God. I did a little R&D, a little research and development. I just went over to Sephora the other day to smell it and make sure, you know, see what I was getting into. They don't give samples at Sephora, but I smelled it. So similar. Oh my God, I would remember this one anywhere. Love it. So when the original opium came out, that made a boom in the perfumer community. You know, the way that they mixed together the vanilla and the kind of the frankincense note in it. Oh man, the way they blended it all together is just, it was groundbreaking. This is a little different, you know, but it still has that nice, that dark kind of vanilla, patchouli kind of a smell to it. Oh man, what did they say the notes were for this one? Oh, I really like this one. And you know, again, I'm a big fan of the original, but they do a good job cloning. So I will say, you know, hats off to them. Top notes of pear, pink pepper, and orange blossom. Middle notes of black coffee. Maybe I get that, but it's not overbearing. Jasmine and bitter almond. Okay, so benzaldehyde, right? So it gets kind of that sweet. They didn't overdo it, so it's not too harsh, because benzaldehyde can be very harsh. And it's a top note, so they lied, but that's a little bit of, you know, marketing magic there. Base notes of vanilla, cashmere wood, patchouli, yep, so a little, that nice patchouli like we were talking about, and then the cedar. And patchouli, it has sort of a chocolatey, dark nuance to it, so it boosts that black coffee accord that they're doing. So it's very, very tactical. A little bit of that pear. There's many pear molecules that you can use, but I think they blended it all very well. Over the orange blossom and the pink pepper, they're not overbearing, they're not really very present. They just kind of are helping everything along. You're mostly getting that almondy, coffee, toffee type vanilla patchouli thing going on with a little bit of wood. So it's very nice and deep and rich. This is definitely a nighttime fragrance. I would wear this on like a night out if I were a lady. It's very feminine. It's not unisex at all, so don't get me wrong here. I'm talking, you know, for the ladies here, or, you know, whatever, if you like to wear it, that's fine. It smells great. Yeah, smell 9.5 out of 10. Very good smell. Decent projection, moderate projection. It says it's Extrait de Parfum, and sometimes when you go that heavy, it can stick down, but yeah, not as projecting as I would have thought. That's okay. So that should mean that it'll last long, though. It should last a decent amount of time. Again, they don't have a Fragrantica page, so I don't really know, and then that's kind of the gold standard for me, at least in my eyes, is a Fragrantica. Really like this one. Hate this one. Like this one. This one is versatile. You could wear that in probably spring, fall, maybe winter. Yeah, I guess. Doesn't have a whole lot of spiciness to it. It's just real sandalwoody. Hate it, but yeah, it's versatile. This one probably not as versatile, but man, it's a killer for like a date night or when you're just trying to smell sexy, you know? Some of those women's fragrances, yeah, they're great. You smell fresh, you smell really nice, but you don't smell sexy. You know what I mean? There's a difference. This one has that allure. I think the patchouli and the vanilla and all that just kind of combines into a gourmand, you know, just a delectable sort of a smell. Really like this one. Would recommend this one. Would not, well, I would probably recommend it if you like sandalwood. But make sure you do, because if you're like me and you smell it and you're like, bleh, you know, to this certain sandalwood material that they're using, I don't know why they chose that one. There's so many safe ones that are really not bad. Even Bactinol, very strong, but it's very, you know, safe. Anyway, okay, that's my spiel. I like this one. You might like this one, but try the original first. Try the original first. This one's easy blind buy. I don't think that one's blind buy safe. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to use the 10% off code at least. If you're gonna buy them, they're already pretty cheap, but use my code. It's code TOPNOTES. I'll put it in the description. And again, huge shout out to Alt Fragrances for sending these to me. You know, it's always a joy to unbox and test out your fragrances. So, you know, thank you to you guys, and thank you to everybody watching. I appreciate you. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.